Yeah, Akintunde Akinleye is my name. I'm a photographer. I used to work as a journalist. Then later I moved on to do my PhD, meaning that I'm trying to transit to academics. But one of those people who actually inspired me into that, both as a photographer and artist, was Wole Soyinka when I was in secondary school. So, of course, a lot of people, had to read his Lion, the Joel, a lot of his works. So I got that inspiration to transit being a journalist into the academics. But much more, in 2012, I met him. I met him in Italy. Some organizations, who were doing celebrating Wole Soyinka at that time, actually contacted me that they wanted an artist whose work can relate to Wole Soyinka, which at that time was supposed to be a photographer. So they contacted me, and because before that time I had been doing some works on Wole Soyinka, taking his portrait, following up with his life in certain ways. Because when he did 70, I remember I shot his picture severally, covering Wole Soyinka at 70. That was 19. I can't remember Wole Soyinka at 7 at that time. So I had this exhibition in Italy, and Professor Wole Soyinka was there. For 1 week, I was with him. Of course, I could still relate to the fact that he would come to my room, knock, and say, Akintunde, can we just go out for a walk? And when you walk with Wole Soyinka, walking on the street, Wole Soyinka, beyond the fact that, for me, it was a big privilege to meet a man I admired since the 1980s, reading his books as a secondary school student. It was a big privilege for me, like I said. But then I remember one specific experience. We were going to a restaurant, and someone said, oh, you are the Nigerian professor. I think he recognized him, an Italian, and said to him said to me that even these people actually recognize me, because what he did was basically to really shield himself from the public glare. What he did basically was to put on a face cap and, with his dark shade, so that people will recognize him. But then at the edge of the cap is a gray hair that looks, that could signify him anywhere he goes. So this is my basic encounter with Wole Soyinka. Until today, I still have those catalog of the exhibition that I did for him. And that was my encounter with him. And we had a robust moment together. So for Professor Wole Soyinka, I wish him a 98th birthday. I pray to God that he's still going to be with us for more time. And I also pray for such grace.